You are depressed because you're lazy. Sounds kind of harsh, I admit, but there is actually truth in that statement. See, when we get depressed, we fall into a downward spiral. We lose our faith in ourselves. We lose faith in those around us. We become so low that it's almost difficult just to get out of bed. We lose all motivation to go out there, try new things, and we become lazy. So, there's one thing that doesn't go with depression. One massive thing, and that is action. Action or doing kills depression. I know what it's like to be depressed. I was depressed for many years myself. I didn't even know I was depressed, but I got on a downward spiral where I just couldn't do anything. My dreams, all those dreams I had when I was young, just evaporated. They just disappeared. I had so many dreams. I was actually called a dreamer when I was at primary school. When I was at school, I continued on that. I was going to be a rock star. I was going to be a football. I was going to make a football team, actually. I was going to compete with the big Glasgow 2 Celtic and Rangers. Would you believe? Obviously, it's just... everyone, when they're young, they have dreams. Some people dream more than others. But as we get older, we kind of lose them. They just evaporate into thin air. We become content with a life. I say content for lack of a better word. But obviously, when we become depressed, when we lose motivation, regardless of being fully depressed, we just kind of get stuck in the life of sameness and it becomes boring. And then we have the tendency of looking at other people. What are other people experiencing? All these big things on Facebook, all these fancy cars. But what we don't know if these cars are theirs. These cars could be rented. Other areas of their life, maybe they're financially secure. Other areas of their life, like the relationships, maybe disappearing. Maybe the relationships are fine, but they're massively in debt. That's why they've got this big car, they're paying on this never-ending debt of this mortgage, or whatever. But something will always remain true, and that's when if we become depressed, or when we get so low in ourselves, regardless of being clinically depressed, we've become lazy, too lazy to go out there and achieve anything. But one big thing, we're too lazy to dream. But without dreams, we're never going to achieve anything. So we're getting stuck in this spiral and this never-ending loop where we can't get out. We can't get out of our heads. We're stuck in our heads. That's pretty much the only place where action takes place. But it's all negative. Very rarely will we get anything positive. It's kind of human nature. In human nature, we are there to avoid pain. Our minds are programmed to avoid pain. So it's programmed to go on a negative loop. Because it can be painful to go out there and try new things. We've got a fear. And fear makes it painful. And it used to suit us. Obviously, it helped us survive. Because there was a reason why we were fearful of snakes. There was a reason why we were fearful of lions. Everything out there was out to kill us. But those days are gone. Very rarely should we be too scared to leave the house. Yes, accidents can happen, but there's not a reason anymore to be fearful of everything. But we become too lazy to do anything about it. When we get older, say we've got a family, we've succeeded in having a family, our relationships are fine. Nothing spectacular, but not bad. And we've got a job. The job makes us maybe financially secure. It gets us what we want. We have a holiday every year or whatever. But we've lost what we truly are worth. And we're not looking for happiness. We shouldn't look for happiness. There's many people who go out there and they'll say, I just want to be happy. How? I mean, happiness is something you can have. For an instance, you go to a comedy gig. Someone is making you laugh. You're happy then. Go out there and do that. Smile. Laugh. You'll become happy. Happiness is not something that you have to go out there and pursue. Because you can be happy at any particular moment in your life. What people mean when they talk about happiness is a feeling of fulfillment in a philosophical term. It's obvious. That's what they mean. They mean a life of purpose. A life where they know they have a self-worth. And the only way to get that is by action. Doing things. We have to do things. We have to do things with fear. And the only way to do things with fear is to start small, build up, But we have to get over this thing. I'm too scared to do that. I'm sorry, you're going to remain scared. It's just the way life is. If you do not do something because you're scared of doing it, you can't then suddenly automatically become unscared. It's just life. Life is tough. Life has challenges. I've been in this position. I've been depressed. 5 years ago, I was considering jumping off of a cliff. After another trivial argument with my partner, I was automatically thinking, I'm going to jump off this cliff. What is my life worth? I'd lost all the dreams. I've lost my self-worth, my purpose in life. It'd evaporate. Not in one day, but over years and years and years of just doing a monotonous same thing every day. And that's what we need to do. We need to change. We need to start to get back doing things. We need to challenge ourselves. We need to get some purpose in life. Purpose in life. If you have a purpose in life, you can't be depressed. Yes, you could go through days where you're not happy. Everyone goes through them. But that is not depressed. It's not depressed. My mum, and she still suffers from it from this day, is depressed. What? Why? She's still the same. She stays in the house. She doesn't meet people. She has no purpose, no drive, nothing that she's working towards. And that's what I think was the biggest thing in me, is something working towards. I've become so lazy, so much just doing the same things over and over and over again, the same boring routine. Get up every day, go to work, come home from work, go to work some more, days off, sit in the house, think about work, think about all the bad things at work. I've actually come to a point now where I very rarely do I come home and talk about work. Because why? It's finished. What's the point? I'm now looking at improving, moving away from it, following my purpose. And that's what you need to do as well. Find something that you want to do, something that you want to succeed. And most of all, stop being lazy, for the lack of the better word, and start doing something. Find your first step, something that you could do today. If you want to progress your career, get on your phone, get on your computer, start searching things that you could do. Watch videos of something that you could do. Maybe something online. Online has opened up many opportunities these days. You could be an internet marketer, you could be a copywriter. Whatever it is, look for something that you wanted. Look for a purpose in your life. If that's getting out there and finding a partner, get out there. You're not going to find one in your house dwelling around yourself, oh look at me, I'm all alone. We need to get out. And I'm sorry if this video sounds like it's harsh, but sometimes we need someone who's harsh and tells us the truth. And by the way, I'm looking at building a program. It's going to be from low to flow, which is specifically built around getting you from being lazy and stuck there, stuck depressed, and through little steps getting you out, because that's what we need. We need little steps. We can't just jump one day and we're out of our heads, we're out of our everything's rosy. That's not what happens. There's got to be challenges, there's got to be bumps, there's got to be times when you go, I hate this. But we need to focus. And the number one thing, think of it, a lot of people may think law of attraction is all hocus pocus. But it's true. If we're thinking negative thoughts in our heads, we're always going to be the same. We need to stop that. We need to get out of our heads, or, for lack of a better word, we need to get new thoughts into our heads. And then we need to become present so we can do action. We can take action, change our lives, and then we can get focused and we can become what we once thought we should become. Thank you very much for watching. I'm Ryan McCormick. By the way, most of you watching this have not subscribed, so if you've got this far in the video, then please consider subscribing so you can join me in this program, join me in changing people's lives.